stuff, I was thinking about making my own little rockets, and I knew that little frogs had aspirations of space travel just like people. And I was looking for a propulsion system that would make a rocket maybe about 4 feet high go up a couple of miles. And I mean, that was my sort of goal. I wanted it to go out of sight, and then I wanted this little parachute to come back with the frog in it. And I got this book from Fort Sill, Oklahoma, where there was a missile base. They sent it out for amateur rocketeers, and it said in there, "Do not ever heat a mixture of potassium perchlorate and sugar." And, you know, that's what you call a lead, sort of. And now you say, well, let's see if I could get a hold of some potassium perchlorate and sugar, and heat it. It'd be interesting to see what it is they don't want me to do. How is it gonna work? And we didn't have, my mother presided over the backyard from an upstairs window where she would be ironing or something like that, and she was usually just sort of keeping an eye on it. And if there was any puffs of smoke or out there, she'd lean out and admonish us all not to blow our eyes out. That was her. She had, that was kind of the worst thing that could happen to us. That's what I thought. As long as I don't blow my eyes out, I'm going to not care about the fact that it's prohibited from heating this solution. I'm going to do it carefully, but I'll do it. It's like anything else that's prohibited. You do it behind the garage, sort of. So I went to the drugstore and I tried to buy some potassium perchlorate, and it wasn't unreasonable then for a kid to walk into a drugstore and buy chemicals. I mean, nowadays, no, man. I mean, they check your shoes, and but then it wasn't, and they didn't have any. But the guy had potassium. I said, "What kind of salts of potassium do you have?" And he had potassium nitrate. I said, "That might do the same thing, whatever it is." I'm sure it's got to do with rockets, or it wouldn't be in that manual. And so I did some experiments. I started off with little tiny amounts of potassium nitrate and sugar, which was readily available, and I mixed it in different proportions, and I tried to light it on fire, and just to see what would happen if you just mixed it together. And they burned, but it burned kind of slow, but it made a nice smell compared to other rocket fuels I had tried that all had sulfur in them, and it smelled like burnt candy, kind of. And then I tried the melting business, and I melted it, and then it melted into a little sort of syrupy liquid, brown, and then it cooled down to a brick hard substance that when you lit that, it went off like a bat. I mean, the little ball of that stuff that had cooled down, you light it and it would just start dancing around the yard. And I said, there is a way to get a frog up to where he wants to go.